It was rumored to be happening, and now it's officially went down. Joe Thuney has signed a 2-year contract extension with the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Terry Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. And the Chicago Bears signed Joe Thuney to a 2-year contract extension. This one came down officially just a little while ago. Only a couple of minutes ago, it became official. So we knew that Ryan Poles wanted to work out a 2-year contract, wanted to work out a contract extension with Joe Thuney. I think this is a really good move by the Chicago Bears. Thuney, who still, yes, is a vet, a little bit long in the tooth, still very productive. And even with that, like locking him in for a couple of years, even if you end up finding somebody that can start over him, is going to give you and provide you tremendous depth. So now this means that Joe Thuney signs a contract extension with Jonah Jackson already signing a contract extension as well. So that means you're going to have a base of Thuney, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson. Darnell Wright's going to sign an extension here in the next couple of years as well. But you've locked in a core of your offensive line, and that's something that the Bears have not had here for a very long time. So this is solid. I think this is the right move for the Chicago Bears to make. And I'm not really too worried about the money or anything like that that's involved in it. I think this is a smart move by the Chicago Bears to lock in a veteran that you just went out there and signed, to get him shored up and to stay on your foot. Just smart for the Chicago Bears. I think this is the right move for the team. And now we get to move forward and not have to worry about at least that aspect of our offensive line right now. We don't have to worry about that aspect of it. So Joe Thuney's locked in. He's ready to go. This is a really good move. And for the Bears fans that have been worried legitimately about the trenches for the Chicago Bears, now this is no longer a worry and concern for the team. Joe Thuney is locked in to a contract extension. We now get to move forward and just focus on listen, who's going to be the left tackle? That now shifts the focus. Everybody else is locked in, right? Everybody else is locked in. If Ozzie Trapillo ends up being that starting left tackle, which it is looking is likely here for the Chicago Bears, then you have your entirety of your offensive line now locked in for a considerable part of your future. I think that's a good thing for it. The deal is worth $17.5 million per year, meaning that he will make $51 million over the next 3 years. $33.5 million is fully guaranteed at signing as well. So, hey, listen, this is a good move for the Chicago Bears. I look at this and say this is a really good move for him. I like the money that it comes down to as well. He has a base salary this year, $15.5 million, and we got him for a fourth round pick. Now you look at it, $17.5 million per with $33.5 million guaranteed. That shows that there's a vote of confidence of what Joe Thuney is going to be bringing to this, and I think that's a good thing. This is a really good move for the Chicago Bears, getting a good veteran who's been an all-pro for you, getting him locked in here. You need that level of production for the Chicago Bears team for sure. There's no question about that, and so now you get that. So not mad about this at all. Crimson says, yo, greetings and go Bears. Good move by the Bears. You can't tell me Poles doesn't know how to structure contracts. God damn. Listen, I tell you what, as many people try to knock, like I said, we don't really have any bad long-term money. And I don't know, we're one of the few teams that can say that. Even if, people want to bring up Tremaine as like a bad contract, we can get out of that next year. The Bears don't really sign players to long-term deals that can turn into bad money. Not as of yet. We've had bad contracts. Nate Davis was a bad contract. Not long-term though, right? Not long-term at all. So this is some good decisions here. Says, damn, it's early. Listen, I already had a whole live. This is the second live stream for today. Awesome news. O-line is solid and locked in now. I like it. I do like having a O-line locked in for sure. Hayes, what's good, my G? Butt tip 10 from Bleacher. I knew you would break this first. Good shit. Oh, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, Butter B. Yeah, man. Listen, Luckily I would have had this out even a couple of minutes earlier, but I was on a work call. And then I got off and it was like, hey, fuck work. I got to go do my real job. You know what it is? I'm at the airport and was thinking about starting the day with the Bloody Mary. This news decides that we celebrate. Ooh, Bloody Marys are not – I can't get into it, bro. Did we sign linebacker 3 yet? No, because I told you guys we're not going to. Like, we're going to use a lot of 2 linebacker sets with Kyler Gordon lining up as a linebacker. And then the strong side with Noah Sewell, power echoes like Ruben Hippolyte. I think we're going to be pretty solid on that one, right, on that front of it. Hey, we got the core 4 offensive line except left tackle, although maybe we see something with Ozzie or Braxton takes a step up. I think Ozzie's going to be ready. I really do believe Ozzie Trapillo is going to be ready, but I could be tripping on that. I'm so glad the brass finally taking the O-line seriously. That has been one of the blind spots for sure of Ryan Poles, is not getting that offensive line talent in there that we need. He takes care of that now. Hell yeah, I'm excited to see Caleb behind an O-line. Man, listen, Caleb, the running game, what we can do with the passing now that they're going to have some legit, legit playmakers on their offensive line, all that's major. Luther Burden the third. Did I miss you typing something? I may have missed you typing something. Oh, Luther Burden. I thought you said linebacker 3. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think that's happened yet. I think you meant, that makes sense now. That really makes sense now. Don't rush through it. You got morning brain. You know, it is what it is there. Fuck your ceilings, my boy says, what up, man? But no, I think this is a really good move, really good money, I think, on this contract as well for Joe Thuney and what he's been. And this, the Ryan Poles has really invested in the trenches this offseason. Between all the move on the offensive line, Dayo Yingbo, Grady Jarrett on really good deals, right? I think those are really good things that the Bears have done here, man. I think they've gone up Shamar Turner in the draft. I think they're really trying to shore up the trenches, which you need. You need solid trench work if you're going to be a playoff team. Darnell Wright has to take a step up. Yeah, and I think that Darnell Wright now surrounded by veterans and a better overall offensive line is definitely going to take a step up. Whoever gave George McCaskey a lesson on how to be an efficient owner, amazing. Listen, this is not the same Chicago Bears team that we're used to. Look at the money. That may be something I talk about on tomorrow's daily episode, is I want to look at, this may be the most money that the Bears have spent in the offseason between coaching acquisitions, trades, contract extensions. I think this may be one of the offseasons that they've given the most money out. I think everyone predicts how we're going to do based off our past coaching, but people need to realize that we have proven motherfuckers in the right places. Regardless, all we can do is trust the process. Completely agree with you on that one. Have you talked about the Bears refocusing the team's move to Arlington Heights? Yes, I actually had a video on that, I think, late last week. I think I talked about that on Saturday, I believe. Josh, they said a few years ago George was going to step out of football decision. He said he's a fan, not a football guy. Yeah, Kevin Warren, Yuko brings it up. Kevin Warren, you do got to give a lot to Kevin Warren because I do think he is a guy that definitely is helping to help this organization operate like differently. And I remember when people were like, I want Kevin Warren to stay out of it. Why is Kevin Warren involved? Oh, my God. Like, Kevin Warren, I think, is a big part of the change that we're seeing here for the Chicago Bears as well, and I really do appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. But then again, look at what's happened the last couple of years. He put his paws on everything, which is why we looked like shit the last few years. We'll see. We'll see. Antoine says, this is an awesome signing. We can now develop Kieran or another player at left guard. I think Kieran Amagaje, I do think there's still this new coaching staff even, I think, sees something in Kieran Amagaje, right? Like, Dan Rouchard talked about it, hey, we're not worried about what he did last year. He didn't have a training camp. He kind of threw a little shot at the coaching that was there a little bit before. But it seems like Dan Rouchard still sees Kieran Amagaje as somebody who does have a lot of potential still here. And, that doesn't always happen when you shift coaching staffs, that they identify project players still with the same level of potential that maybe the last coaching staff did, which I think maybe speaks to a lot of what and who he could be for sure. Hayes, you always get the news out first. Thanks, bro. Hey, that's my job. That's my job. Did I? My bad, Anthony. It wasn't intentional. Oh, I did. My bad, bro. Is the running back now the weakest spot on our offense? I don't think the running back is as weak as some people. Well, you said weakest spot in our offense, which doesn't mean it's necessarily weak. It's probably, yeah. I would say, yeah, that's a fair statement to make there. But all right, y'all, I got to go do Locked on Bulls with Pat. Thank you guys, man, so much. Make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.